Why this works. Soubise sauce combines the sweetness of slowly cooked onions with a creamy bechamel, creating a luxurious texture that enhances any dish. The technique of cooking onions until translucent is crucial. It releases their natural sweetness, which balances the richness of the bechamel. If the sauce seems too thick, you can add a little more milk to reach your desired consistency. Conversely, if it appears too runny, continue to simmer on low heat to reduce and thicken. This layering of flavors builds a depth that is characteristic of classic French cuisine, making it an excellent accompaniment to meats, vegetables, or as a base for other sauces. Common mistakes. Brown the onions instead of sweating them, cooking gently with no color, just to release moisture. Target, soft, translucent, almost dissolving, no color beyond very pale ivory. Why it matters. Soubise is supposed to taste sweet and clean, with the onion almost disappearing into the dairy. Brown bits introduce a roasted, almost caramel note that fights the bechamel and turns the finished sauce gray-beige instead of pale. What to do? Cook onions low and slow with a pinch of salt. If the pan starts to color, drop the heat and add a splash of water or milk. A raw flour roux, the French butter and flour paste used to thicken sauces. Target, cook the butter flour roux for at least 2 minutes over medium heat until it smells nutty, not pasty. Why it matters. An undercooked roux gives the sauce a chalky, wallpaper paste mouthfeel that no amount of seasoning can mask. What to do? Keep stirring until the roux looks slightly foamy and stop smelling raw. Only then start adding milk. Pouring cold milk into a hot roux all at once. Target, add milk in 3 additions, whisking smooth after each. Why it matters. A single dump cools the roux instantly, and the starch seizes into lumps. Sieving fixes the look, but not the texture. What to do? Warm the milk if you can. Add a quarter first, whisk to a paste, then add the rest gradually as it loosens. Skipping the sieve at the end. Target, pass the finished sauce through a fine mesh strainer before serving. Why it matters. Even slow-cooked onions leave fibrous shreds that catch on the tongue and break the velvety mouthfeel that defines Soubise. What to do? Push the sauce through with the back of a ladle. It's the small step that turns a good sauce into a French class one. What to look for. Onions collapsing into a pale, almost glassy slump in the pan, fully sweated, no color, ready for the bechamel. The roux smelling like warm toasted almonds, not raw paste, cooked enough to bind cleanly. A sauce that coats the back of a spoon and lets a finger-drawn line hold for a second or two, the napper consistency the classics call for. A uniform pale ivory shine with no visible onion shreds after straining. The surface tells you the texture below it. A note on history. Soubise sauce, the classic French onion sauce, bound with bechamel, the milk-based white mutter sauce of French cuisine, takes its name from Charles de Rohan, Prince de Soubise, 1715 to 1787. A French nobleman and military commander of Louis XV's court. He did not invent the sauce, rather his name became attached to the cream and onion preparation that emerged from his household kitchens and the broader 18th century French repertoire. The version most home cooks recognize today, onion puree bound with bechamel, was later codified by Auguste Escoffier in Le Guide Culinaire, 1903, where he listed both a cream-enriched and a bechamel-bound form. Autopilot guard summary truth. Approved quality? Approved. Score 100. Similarity? Approved. Score 0.081 versus Chicouzeni. Regulatory? Approved. Image? Approved. Terumi Brain V1 review grade B. Overall 80 out of 100. Readiness needs minor edits. Scores: chef equals 100, science equals 30, repair equals 95, culture equals 90, safety equals 100, taste equals 66, mon equals 60, geo equals 95. Suggested enhancements: 1 science term, Maillard emulsion, denaturation, etc., earned in context would raise the explanation. Naming 1 or 2 taste axes, salt, acid, fat, umami, aroma, texture, makes the dish's structure visible. Brain suggested book, The Japanese Home Cooking Code, Unlocking Flavor, Home Cooking Code EN.